You walk in, you sit down, they're on their phone. Are you going to strike up a conversation with them?
Probably not.
Why is that?
I think it's difficult, like, if I don't want to, like, interrupt or whatever. I don't know. It would just feel kind of weird.
Okay. What about when somebody sits down next to you? If you're on your phone, do you stay on your phone? Is that Tom? Curious.
I tend to get off my phone because I feel like it's, like, rude if someone sits down next to you and you're just staring at your phone. But I guess it just depends on how comfortable you are with the person, too.
Okay. So, individual sits down next to you, put your phone down, then they pick their phone up. Then what happens?
Then you pick your phone back up.
All right, gotcha. What about if you have headphones on? Same thing apply?
Yeah.
Tell me what that looks like. Somebody's taking their head notes and saying yes. Listen to headphones. Person comes in and sits next to you.
Headphones are not removed.
I guess it just depends on how well you know the person. Like, in our class, I know, like, everybody in there. So if someone sits down next to me, I probably have something to talk to them about. So I will take my headphones out and talk to them. But
Gotcha.
I'm also a talkative person, so I would rather talk to people than be on my phone.
Gotcha. Okay. Go ahead, sorry.
I put like one in and one out, so it's like I'm not completely ignoring you. Like, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, no, that's great. This is all super helpful. And so good to remind you at this point, I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not here to tattle on you. You could take me straight to President Capilouto if I do that. In fact, this is all confidential stuff. So what about how phones, tablets, laptops are employed by you or others during class? So in the class period itself, once the imaginary bell has rung. How are phones and laptops being used within your CIS class?
I mean, I'd say like maybe half the class has their laptop out like on their desk, and then some of them are like typing out notes and everything. Other people that are working on other work, not for the class, I assume, because like we don't have any people there. So they're working on something else, and then the other half people they're just listening, watching him.
Okay, gotcha. Other examples of how technology may be used during class?
It really depends on our topic. For instance, we'll have, from what I've seen, it's like we'll have like an interactive day or we'll have like a note-taking day. Note-taking days, obviously more kids will be on their phones and try to distract themselves because they're bored. But whenever we have an interactive session, I feel everyone's engaged. But it really just depends on what the lecture or lesson is in the day.
That's right. Cool. Other examples of how tech is used during class?
We do peer review online on Canvas. We do it through there. And then we also have, we do podcast, and then we do like podcast review in class too. And then, I sometimes do research work. We do research in there sometimes for our papers or speeches that we're doing. And then I see sometimes some other people, they're just like doing random things. I don't even know. It's really strange, but it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, good deal. So speaking of those random things, strange things, any people using technology for non-instructional purposes? I'm not either technical term for it.
Like in our class, that's like the majority of it because nobody really has their computer out to take notes. So if you're on technology, you're probably not taking notes, but that doesn't happen a lot. It's just like if you're on your phone, you're probably not using it productively, and nobody uses their laptop to take notes in our class.
Okay. Is there a difference in you think how your instructor perceives like you being on a laptop versus on your phone?
Yeah, I definitely think there is.
How so itself?
I mean, you're on your phone, you're like looking, like you have your phone under and you're like looking at, like away from.
The odds of you taking notes or doing something productive on your phone, even though you could, like I have the Canvas app on my phone, I have Google Docs on my phone, and when my computer's died, I've actually taken notes on there before, but I do think the perception is different. It just looks like you're being off task. Or like I've seen people texting on their computer and like being completely like unproductive on their computer, but the perception from the professor is like they're typing, they're probably taking notes, you know. So just go either way.
Anybody else think that perception exists, or is that something that students capitalize upon? I don't want you to feel like you're snitching.
Oh, no, they capitalize.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just in my CAS class, I don't see it as often as like my 111 class.
Okay.
I feel like it's harder in like smaller classes like that to go without getting noticed. Where like in like my big like chemistry lecture, you can look down and everyone is like texting on their computer, like just ordering things on Amazon, but like in a small classroom setting, it's a lot harder for you to get away with just like being off task on your computer the whole time because you have like a closer connection with your professor.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, my professors even said, like, I know when you're on your phone. Like, you're not slick. Like, if you're looking down at your lap, like, I know what you're doing. So I definitely don't think they like it.
Gotcha.
I could rather you just like if you get a text that you need to answer, like pick it up and answer it. Just like don't try to do this little thing. Like just answer it and then put your phone back down as quick as you can. Where instead of like trying to text under the table without looking, you just look down at that point.
Gotcha. I think you mentioned something. So super helpful thoughts. You mentioned something a minute ago about the connection in a small class versus a larger class. What contributes to that? Is it just the fear of being caught, or is something else implied when you say connection there? Right. So yeah.
I think the level of engagement changes because you are getting more attention, be it negative attention if you're doing something bad, or positive attention if you have questions that get answered more frequently. You interact with the class more often than the class monitoring with the instructor.
Okay.
And just the intimate classroom, I feel like I learn 100 times better, and I pay so much more attention than a giant lecture hall.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Just think with like those big classes, the odds of your professor even knowing who you are is like very, very slim. So their perception of you don't really care as much, especially within like a large lecture. It doesn't matter as much. Where like in a small class, they only have like 20, 30 students, so they know everyone in the class, and their perception of you matters a little bit more.
Thanks. Other thoughts in that regard?
I think in small classroom, at least my teacher, he engages us directly in small classroom, so that like say your name and talk to you directly, bring you into like an example or something. But in a larger lecture, it's like he talks in a more broad sense, so it won't be directed to you.
Okay. Thanks.
I think also, sorry. Also, in like this small classroom environment, you feel more like comfortable because you like, hopefully, like because you're in like a smaller situation, you know a lot of the people that are with you in the class. So like not like know them, but like you know them. So like you feel more comfortable talking and asking questions. So you get more feedback and like they said, like the lecture music.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's easier for like your instructors to tailor like their level of engagement and their presentation for the day to a smaller group. So like if they have a smaller group and they get to know you really well, like I'm pretty close to my instructor. Like he knows all of us and he makes us all feel really comfortable. So that way he can prepare like his presentation and like what we're going to do for that day based on like what he knows is going to engage with us like, better. So I think that's really helpful because at the beginning of the year, like he didn't do like as much engagement things. And then now it's like we do a lot of the stuff on Canvas because he's seen that it's like had better results for us. So
cool. Thanks. Any other thoughts in that regard? All right, you guys have so many things. I'm skipping some questions so that I get you out. Said I would. This is all really, really helpful. How would your time in your CIS class differ without technology? So we had a day when EduRoam was down, and I think that overloaded the cell tower, so you couldn't access the internet in any way. It was very different. What would your experience be like in CIS before class? Let's start there. Without technology, no laptops, no phones, no tablets. Everybody just trickles in, and those things for some reason aren't there, aren't working. Would it differ relationally in any way? The pre-class period? Tell me more. What do you say that?
It would be more awkwardly awkward.
Awkwardly awkward. Yeah.
To like sit in silence without anything to look at and just like staring at each other and have to talk. More forced conversations. Yeah.
Okay. You think that'd be a good thing, bad thing? Those forced conversations, no other recourse, can't do anything else?
I think it'd be good.
That's good.
The conversation might center around complaining about the Wi-Fi being down.
yeah, true.
But I guess it started.
But people would probably be talking more.
Gotcha. What do you think? What other thoughts on that? Thanks, guys. Think that'd be good? Bad? All right, what about during class? How would your time during class differ And CS if you didn't possess mobile technology. Thinking about questions like, typically